the gentle sounds of me fucking up and not updating my Steam stream shit. Why is there like 18 different categories of this shit? There we go. Yeah. Just sending my notifications out. Oops. I forgot to pull this shit up so that I can actually see things. Alright. I'm impatient. 2.5 minutes feels like it's long enough. Ish. Yo. Well, actually, now that I have this pulled up, I can fucking pill time, baby. I fucking love this soundtrack so much. Rest in peace, Toriyama Sentai. Need you to understand that that exact scene that it just showed, to do that with that specific tech, you have to be over leveled as fuck. I'm not gonna be doing anything clever with the names here. So specifically what I'm playing is Chrono Trigger Plus. My brain right now is not wanting to cooperate. Give me just a second. Get my wits together. Okay. Right. Can't. So Chrono Trigger Plus changes a lot of things. Her name is Luca. With the bone face. Well, first, this is completely skippable. This is a new thing added. Chrono's mom does not have a room in the original game. But, yeah, getting your allowance is completely skippable. I didn't know that the first 4 or 5 times I ran through this game. I will 100% double down and say this is one of the best RPGs of all time. And I tend to hesitate describing anything that much, or like with that much praise. But this is, to me, one of the pinnacles of fucking JRPGs. I would be reading the text out loud, but I'm a little embarrassed too. Oh, fuck you. Oh, right. I'm a goofer. Goober. I'm a goofer. But things have been retranslated a little bit. I think there's still some Wolseyisms in here, but There's also been some extra stuff added. That is not one of them. That's in the original. A lot more extensive than just Chrono's mom having a a room. Now, I am going to be doing something funny. It is completely unnecessary. All of our actions here will be needed later. Of course, we're not going to keep it. I could do something funny here, but I'm not going to. Getting this fucker over there is a little bit of a bitch. But again, sorry for the sniffling. I thought she had a reaction to that. Now, to get what we want, all I have to do really is talk to somebody. Hello. I'm not gonna do that. That is not. Doing pretty decent. Woke up from a longer nap than I intended to take. I need some gold and some experience, and these motherfuckers are looking just right for the picking. This is not at all necessary, but it's funnier this way. Oh, right, he hasn't even learned that yet. I'm So as you battle, you learn your techniques and stuff. Stronger enemies give you more tech points, which lets you unlock stuff faster, but at this current point, I don't really need to be doing this. I'm just doing it to make a lot of later game, or not later, stuff I'm about to be doing, but more immediate stuff coming up a bit easier. Bit. Oh. My notifications didn't go off for that for some reason. Thank you for the follow. Bit confused by your wording there, but... Oh, she just learned that, so... I'm running forward a bit now, or I'm going back to the fair now to not even do the story. There's still one or two things I'm going to do in the fair. But, so, thank you for that. I am about to grab a sword for Chrono. And a bit of experience, I might actually lose this. I might need like 2 more levels to beat him. Don't know why the Autobot or Automod did that, but okay, yeah, I'm a bit underleveled here. Yeah, I could do something funny and steal that man's lunch, but I'm not gonna. Also, unfortunately, I'm at, 1 HP now. Okay. That's not even what I wanted to check. 789, I think. So we got a weapon merchant here. Melchior. And that's usually called the Lode Sword. They changed that. Fuck no, Melchior. I am a gentleman. Okay, got enough for one of these, which is fine because... well... we'll get to that. Okay. I think... oh, it's up there. I'm being goofy. I am gonna grind just a bit more to get a win on Gato. Well, more than a little, but also lets me talk about the techs. So, every tech in this game works differently with the area it hits. Cyclone, as you can see there, it's a little spin. So it hits an area of effect around the enemy that's targeted, letting you hit multiple enemies depending on where they're standing. Other techs like Aura is just single target. Then there's this, which targets everything, regardless of that. In this case, I'm just gonna attack these normally. Also, everybody's got a unique animation, mostly, for their crit attacks. Like Chrono does 2 slashes there, and instead of running up to the enemy, he just jumps straight to them. Other characters like Marley, you just really get the screen flashing white effect. I think they're supposed to be shooting out more than what they were before, or what they do normally, but it doesn't really look too much different. And yet again, I'm gonna sleep with Marley here. Nothing weird, just some random girl I met that I'm taking home and, you know, resting with so we can get our HP back up. Just normal stuff. That is not going to go over well just because I have better equipment. But for Chrono, I'm kind of wasting my time doing this. As far as not so much the sword as the armor. But I'm saving myself a grind later by grinding now. I can't remember how many I need. I want to say it's 45 silver points. But I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've actually played through this game in its entirety and beat it. Yeah, immediately gonna have her heal herself. Even like this, he hits hard. I'm gonna need to get lucky then. As he will counterattack every time he hits somebody that he's near. Or every time he's hit, he'll hit whoever's closest. And yeah, he hits hard. Thankfully, that doesn't hurt too bad when he does it. I think, this is a minor flaw in this game's combat system, it can be really hard to tell when you're in range or not of an enemy's counterattack. Unless it does that. I'm gonna preemptively heal because he's about to fucking deck me. If he had hit on the low end of his shit, I'd be fine right now. I'm gonna do something stupid. Oh, awesome. She is the only one that got that experience. What's funny is if you move fast enough, you can... you can leave the area before he actually gives you the silver points. Okay. I'm gonna try and do this without severely over-leveling, because it can make the rest of the game too much of a breeze. And thankfully, being hyper-fixated on this game as long as I was, I played it enough that a lot of stuff still kind of cemented there without really meaning to be. I shouldn't need to fully upgrade Chrono's armor. I think 1 or 2 more levels would do it, but I'm gonna put this off for now. Now we're gonna go. Oh, she wants some candy. Literally just have to sit here and not move. If you try to walk away, she'll get pissed. And then you're just stuck waiting longer. God, I forgot people in this timeline are asses. Okay, nobody's dialogue changes. That's some Toriyama kind of humor, honestly. I zoned out. Here we go, talk to her, and... oh, cool, she wants to try it too. Why'd the music stop? Oh, that's not good. Huh. Just walk up to it, Chrono grabs it. You don't have to hit the confirm button or anything. Because Chrono is about business. And now that we're here... whoa. These little shits are just annoying. You can come into this area at level 1 and have no issue. But these guys look a little bit different than the monsters we were dealing with in the forest. Better get out of here. Even though it's kind of hard to see that exit. If they would get close enough to each other. There we go. Sometimes you do that and they move right as the attack would start, so you only still hit one of them, but we take those when we get them. Now, I'm gonna put that on Chrono. Everybody uses a different stat for their damage for Chrono, and most everybody else, it's the power stat. Strength. Makes sense. I mean, you're hitting things physically. Gotta be strong to do that. One of my favorite tracks in the fucking game. Okay, we don't know where we are. not sure how I feel about everybody speaking like that. But fair. Hmm. Hmm. That box is still there. We still can't open it. I'm just gonna save the time on that one. Yeah, that's Luca's lineage, I'm assuming. Yeah, there's that cathedral, but... Alright then. Well, we don't really have anywhere else to go. Let's see what all the hubbub is about with the queen being found. Because, I mean, if we landed there, Marley should have landed in the same spot, hypothetically. Weird how the monsters here look a lot different. In that case, what I mean by they'll still move like a split second after you select the tech you're gonna attack with. Thankfully, we one-shot them, so it's fine. We make our way up. She seems a little bit weird. The 21st. But in our timeline, he's like the 33rd. wonder why he's running up to the king's room. But, alas. Of course. Yeah, I knew that forest is kind of perilous. Need to check something real quick. I don't know, maybe I'm being weird. Oh yeah, the Chancellor ran off to the King's chambers. Just gonna steal. It's fine. We need this for fighting the... Okay, fine. Damn, boy. Man. Thing. Dude. And that's partly what I said. We're wasting money getting Chrono that armor. That is weird. What the fuck's going on? What the fuck? Yeah, hey guys, don't mind me. We've already got a pretty big idea. At this point, you can just assume she's, like, whispering this to him. Yeah, okay, they did that slick. She pulled him off to the side. So... Luca's one of those characters where her strength is based on her hit, not her, power. Also, she comes with the sight scope, which lets us see enemies' HP. But, yeah, we don't have any of her techs unlocked yet. We do a 3-piece there. If I remember right, she gets 3 before she hits a big one. Like, Wind Slash is like 100 something compared to how when you start, Cyclone only has like 5. Or only needs like 5. Might be 10, but either way, it's not nearly as much. It's a significant amount. Now, biggest problem Luca has is if you look at her speed and then look at Chrono's speed, she's got a bit of a deficit in that department. I just remembered I forgot to pick something up from the forest in present times. Just gonna take these guys out. And we got another dual tech. Dual techs have that same thing about them where... I don't remember. I'm pretty sure that one starts a fight. I was wrong. But... Flame Wave. As you can see, it takes TP from both people. Damn. So, Luca has what I guess I'll just refer to as a line type attack in Flame Toss, which it takes up Cyclone's AoE effect on the dual tech. Obvious reasons there with what you just saw. Now... it's a power tab. I thought there was one over here, but that might be in the present. And if you think I'm walking in a weird way, it's just to avoid triggering any encounters. I believe... Oh, no, yeah. That's a box. We can't open those yet. Now, encounters in this game are not random. In the sense that you don't walk around and then trigger an encounter. It's closer to... Still waking up. There's specific areas or tiles. There's specific tiles you walk on that trigger the encounter. Now, I'm gonna look. I don't remember, but I'm gonna buy that and hope I'm not being goofy here, and thankfully I did this right, so Luca matches my level coming into the party. Now, this cathedral's kind of suspicious. One, they don't talk in that Old English, which the Old English speaking is unique to this. They talk more like present-day people in the original. So this doesn't make them look as, suspicious. But, oh, hey, what's this? Oh, hey, there's that hairpin with, oh! Yeah. Guess we found that coral pin that Lane guarded with her life. Or Lene, depending on how you choose to read it. Now, normally, So, what I can demonstrate here... No, I can't. Never mind. We're just gonna hit these three. This should be an instant kill. It's hard to tell sometimes when I do and don't go into this underleveled. That's usually why I do the stuff in the forest at the beginning, just to ensure that I don't go into these fights underprepared, because it's very easy to just run into this fight and not be ready for it. Hell yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, nice. What's funny is that's not his theme. That's Luca's theme that's playing right now. Let's go with him. I remember him saying, "I am a frog, frog will do." I don't know why. But yeah, this is Frog. He has my favorite theme in the game. He is also a healer. Which, like, we could just leave right now. But yeah, for some reason, him licking people can heal them. Oh shit. A trap. Door. Now, I'm gonna be very particular about how I progress through this part of the cathedral. If Chrono touches any of these, it'll trigger an encounter. I just wanna... I'm assuming because that says life water, it's a revive. Yes. We got a maiden suit, we got a potion, we got neither. Only women can wear that, so obviously throw it on Luca. Oh. Got a bromide. Frog's another physical attacker, but he does also work partially as a healer. I think. Awesome. So the way line attacks work is they attack in a line from that person. Pretty straightforward. Sometimes they can be a bit weird. Like if Chrono had used that flame toss instead of Luca, not that he can, just from a hypothetical point, if Chrono had an attack like that, I think it would have hit all three of them. But yeah, we got a nugget. Bromide. It's no longer in the... That's just a funny little thing you can trigger. If I remember right, a bromide is like a collection of dirty pictures. It's been a bit... every time I play this game, I end up having to look it up. Also, that's where I said kind of wasted money getting Chrono the Iron Saber. But... oh shit, power tap. Awesome. Nice. Now, what those do is they raise that stat by 1. In this case, it would be the power stat. Oh, I am loving that positioning for Luca. Chrono and Frog should be enough to one-shot him. And because the enemy thing changed, it auto-forced me out of the tech. I'm going up. Oh, he's gonna look in Omega's statue, huh? Well, where the fuck is he? Oh. Now, I do have the opportunity to do something very fucking funny with this speed belt, which is give it to Chrono. Instead, I'm gonna give it to Luca. And I'm gonna hold on to the Defender. Might give that to Marley. So now, they're on to us. Let's give them a taste. So, Fire Whirl to hit these 3. I remember him hitting harder than that. And now the room is quiet. Now, just to save up on my MP, I'm gonna... Now, Frog is an interesting case of his equipment being weird. And I can't really get into it right now because we're not at that point in the game, but... one of the weapons he gets has to be powered up. And even before that, though, it's kind of weird. Okay, I think I'm good, and I can avoid... Yeah, awesome. First save point in the game. Each part of the game has a title for that particular point in the game. This one's The Queen is Gone. I think the start of the game is just the Millennial Fair. Now we've got a choice. The minute we step on one of these stairs, we slide down it. It activates a trap thing on it, but the other one will be fine. I think this spawns more bats. We got a potion. We got a cure-all. No entry. Right, it's always the one with the Diablos in it. Again, depending on which one of those. Okay, that's pretty much useless outside of a battle. So, status effects in this game are mostly typical RPG status effects: poison, silence, confusion. Certain ones will last until the fight ends, but others will go away over time, like confusion. Once somebody gets hit while they're confused, they'll snap out of it. The downsides to being on the wait time for the ATB here. Now, what you're supposed to do with these hench guys is hit them with tech, but I'm trying to be a bit conservative. Now, awesome. Now we get one of my favorite techs, as simplistic as it is. I believe the demo showed him and Chrono doing. Now this is where shit gets weird. So we've got the Iron Blade, that's the Iron Sword. That's armor for, or a weapon for Frog. Krog. But, regardless, now I could have went down the stairs and saved, but there's really no point to. I'm gonna be kind of silly here. And I think never mind, they're just gonna do it for me. Awesome. I think even if they hadn't moved, Luca would have been able to use Slime Wave and taken most of them out, and then the whatever was left, Frog and Chrono would have been able to pick off, but in that particular case, I'm not gonna not hit them with the obvious thing. Now here's the hard part. Okay, never mind. So we've got one shelter, and everybody's kind of looking rough. I'm gonna use Frog to heal. Now he does get one of the best heal techs in the game. Later, but oh my god. Actually, I'm gonna Cyclone them. I'm gonna Flame Toss one of them, I guess. I know that just targeted one of the Nagas, and I meant to target one of the henches. That should one-shot him, yep. Nice. Okay, now this fight can be a bit of a doozy. I'm gonna use that. Go over here. I'm gonna save again. And I'm gonna run in here. Oh, it's the Chancellor. I believe they fixed up some of Frog's dialogue in this a little bit. It's not as broken Middle English. I do like the idea that humans speak in Middle Ages speak English, and the monsters and fiends speak in regular fucking present-day English. Now, Gato is a little bit of a prelude to this fight. So if I hit him right now, he's gonna counterattack. If Frog hits him though, if you fucking want it. So I don't think I did that fast enough. Okay, awesome. He should be pretty close. I'm actually trying to set up for something incredibly specific. Because I just like ending this fight this way. I don't think that's gonna kill him. Nope. Unfortunately, we need counterattack for that, and Leica's gonna take some... Oh, not that bad. Thankfully, he's not as punishing about this as later fights are. I think he's too close to Chrono, that Chrono initiating it won't prevent the counterattack. Nope. Now, if he was in between the two of them, it'd be game over. If I knew how much health he had, and could do that math and fast and keep it in my head, I'd be able to do consistently what I wish I could do, but she's gonna take 40 fucking damage from that. Oh. Awesome. That's gonna... He's close. I know he's close. I'm gonna be honest, if she dies, I'm not using it on her. There we go. 5 of them later. I just like ending my fight like that because it feels more cinematic that way. As cinematic as you can get with sprites. But alright. group gets back together. Oh, we got a mid-ether. Which I believe is the equivalent to... It's been a while, so I don't accurately remember this, but there's, I think, a regular potion, for example, mid potion, and a high potion, and then a mega. But I don't entirely remember. This is Frog's theme. Oh shit, we gotta go fucking fix that. Kinda weird she comes back not in the dress. That does not matter. No matter how you answer that, she has a different response, but she'll go, I think if you tell her right, she goes, see? I knew it. Okay, that raises her hit, but torn between this and the defender, because her defense is so fucking low. Which, okay, that fixes it. That makes it a bit more bearable. So now we got our main party. Nope, there she is. She's really dumb. For a while, I never knew that was an extra thing that could happen. Yeah, even though they fast traveled us here, we don't get the benefit of getting healed by that. This is an old fucking RPG. They don't heal you when they teleport you somewhere. Except, like, maybe 1 or 2 parts in the game. If even that, I think. So... that should kill both of them, and Chrono and her can pick that off if Chrono doesn't crit. Never mind, Chrono's gonna... It's what happens when you cross Chrono. Now we get Wind Slash. In the original game, it's just called Slash. It makes a lot more sense being called that. Also, pretty sure that's what it's called in the Japanese version of the game. So, now we leave. Even though Luca didn't tell us, or she might have, we go back to the, if I had thought about it, I'd have removed Frog's armor from him, but I didn't. So we're stuck with all this. Unfortunately, every time you come through here, you have to do this. I'm just gonna do this the easy way versus necessarily the smart way. Here's an enemy that counterattacks when you hit it and don't kill it. That should kill it. I've been wrong before. So, Wind Slash is Chrono's equivalent of Flame Line, or Flame Toss, I mean, in that it attacks in a line from Chrono. And again, those attacks can be weird, and sometimes you hit things you don't expect to hit with it, but I almost thought I saw something in that other telepod, which shouldn't be there, and it's not. No. Okay. Fuck you too, Luca. So, we're back here. Melchior's still here. Armor salesman's going, though. We're gonna go up here. We're gonna get a run back on this motherfucker. Because he shouldn't. Okay. He does. Chrono's dead. He shouldn't be able to counterattack from there. Okay, if he's doing that, that means he can't hit her. I was gonna say, if she crits, she might end this, but no. I'm still kind of weak here. Awesome. Okay. Kind of funny. So we got 30 silver points now. I believe we have 45 45. I think we need 45. But I'm gonna go a bit past what we need to make sure. We will need this later. If I had not jumped the gun when Gato there, I would have actually probably kept Chrono alive during that, but it's fine. I'm going to go to the forest, grab some things I missed. Now these are permanent stat ups. Doing power on Marley or Luca is pointless. They do not read off of that stat for anything. I don't remember there being a tab here, but there's not. Just a weird little forest clearing that didn't exist in the past. Yep, I had a feeling. And of course, Chrono's at a weird angle here, so I think it won't. Okay. Fair enough, I'll just do this. Hetake. We're really weak, even more so now that we're coming back from the past. I am not going to buy that sword from Melchior. I don't need it. At this point, it's a waste of money. And it'll be obvious why once I do this next segment. Okay. I had to double check that today was Tuesday. I forget what time my buddy Grab goes live, because he's an hour ahead of me. I'm gonna sit here and wait. I'm gonna hit him with Wind Slash, since he did that. Leads me to believe he's too far away to counterattack. He's not. That's fine though, because I've got Marley ready. We can immediately heal with her. He's gonna walk up and hit her once. Again, that's fine. Gonna use Aura on her. Gonna have Chrono attack him once, which that might end this. No, but we're damn close, I imagine. Okay, now I can definitely light his ass up. Just kidding. Okay, awesome. I'm just gonna stop at 45. Nope. Nope. So, take her ass home. Oh shit. Cursor memory fucked me up for a second there. swear those two that I just attacked are a good example of where lines can be weird, because I think if Chrono was just down slightly from where he's standing, like if he had been like right here, I could have used Slash to hit both of those. It would have been a waste, but I could do it. Alright. And now we get to have a court trial. Okay. I thought it fucked up for a second there. Bit of a stage play of a trial. I believe this is the right answer here. If I had not talked to her first and just went up and grabbed the pendant, he would use that as evidence that I tried to steal it. Now, this is slight RNG, I believe. Sometimes you can do all this and still not get a perfect not guilty. But because of the way I answered and what I did during the fair before we went to the telepod stuff, we had a perfect trial. And because of the way I am playing this, this is the equivalent to playing on an actual device. Not that I would ever emulate anything illegally, or condone it in the slightest, but yeah, you don't get out of this part no matter what you do. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, still very fucking realistic. Now we wake up. That's unusual. I believe that changes depending on... Alright, we got HP and MP back. Now, there's two ways this can go. You wait around a little bit, you get this. I believe the more you move around, the faster it goes. I'm gonna speed. I'm gonna show this way off, and then I'm gonna do the other way. Even though doing it this way is a little bit better for keeping everybody's levels even. I don't care about that. I don't need to care about that. This game is not unbeatable depending on how you play it. Day until the execution. Execution time. Excuse me. Sonic.exe. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay. Been a bit, forgot how to soft reset. So that's how things normally go. If you don't break out of here. Which, spoiler warning for 5 seconds from now. You do this 3 times. Guard gets pissed. Opens the gate. You knock his ass out. And now, we're breaking out of this bitch. Yeah, there's this weird thing where those will break, basically. Before I attack those, running across to the other tower. We get some items, the guard's gone. We get the Omnichrome. And I believe... Now, he's immune to it. Okay, he does not take elemental damage. And thankfully, he's not very accurate, because he does in fact hit very fucking hard, but Chrono's gonna knock him out here. Just kidding. He hits like a fucking truck. But he should be down now. I don't get paid enough for this. Yep. Case in point that I've played this game too much. So we run back in here, we get a drink, get our HP and MP back. And now we're going upstairs. That's actually harder than I just made that look. I'm actually surprised I did that. So that cell's open. This one's another one of those where it gets jammed. We get a Decadent. It's kind of nasty. So we go up here. I'm not fighting those because they're actually really fucking annoying too. We get accosted on the bridge. Thankfully, these two are stupid. And they get up on us, which lets us Cyclone and take them both out at the same time. The reason I knew the Omnichrome was done is autism. I remember the Omnichrome, if I am remembering exactly right, has 200 HP. I'm just gonna knock this guy out. Unfortunately, you don't get to deal with, like, you don't get to fight him if you knock him out. So, I'm gonna fight him. Now, if you remember, when we were about to get executed, we came through here, and this guy was up on the guillotine. Now, you rescue him. He didn't do anything. He is not a criminal. If we didn't have that, you do now. Now we've got zombies. That hit kind of hard. I'm trying to conserve my TP, or my MP rather. But just for this one, I'll do this just to take it out immediately. So, Wind Slash is more accurate to its Japanese name. I don't know what its Japanese name is, I'm just assuming, but it also tells you more. It's an elemental-based attack. Thank God for potions. I'm gonna do that so as to avoid running all the way back. It's another case of I could knock him out, but I don't want to because I want the experience. And these guys aren't really a threat to us. I'm unfortunately letting the autism win a little bit today, and like I probably sound way more monotone than I normally would. I laid down for a nap at like 10 and slept till 2. Actually 3, but... So we run back to this tower. There's a guy in there. Hey, buddy. Oh. It's just bones left. I thought there was something you could do in here, but to get him, for those to get up and fight, I want to say this is pixel perfect, but this is an example of why I'm trying to avoid fighting these. I just one-shot that one, but this one's being cringe. If I hit it with air slash, I could probably take it out, but you have to wait for them to move that shield. And I'm avoiding them just because they take too long to kill versus how much experience they give. We go in here, nothing. Okay, there's a hole in this wall too. What? Oh, it was already open. We go out here. Oh shit. So there's a shelter in here. I mean, look. There's a hole. If we jump in the hole... we get a silver blade. I'm gonna call it blade because iron blade, silver, loadsword's what it's called normally in the normal version of the game. That's why I didn't buy it from Melchior when we came back, because you get one for free. Oops. I did not know that. I thought running in front of it. So I found that out just through playing the game autistically, trying to figure out how to get the chests in that. And it may sound like I'm using that in a derogatory manner, but I'm not trying to. Like, I legitimately have autism. Y'all are a little late to the party on the whole prisoners escaping thing. Actually, though, nope. Still can't. There we go. This is what I mean by line attacks being weird. Also, Chrono's techs are weird. He starts with one that costs 2, whereas Luca and Marley start with ones that are only 1 MP per use, but I don't think I need to do this, but I'm going to anyway. We run up here. Luca comes to save us. I would say this is a lot better route to go. That's weird. There's a few of those chapter titles, let's call them, that are incredibly missable. Oh hey, we were just reading about this. It's completely invincible unless you take the head out. Ironically, the exact two elements we have for this fight, it absorbs until that head's gone. That's out-fucking-standing. So we're damaging that faster than it can heal. I'm gonna keep Luca on heal duty? Because this thing hits fucking hard. Like a tank or something. Oh, wait, no. Gonna heal him. Again, because if Chrono goes down, I'm fucked. Luca should take reduced damage from that because she's a fire type. Now I'm gonna use a mid potion on her. I'm gonna have Chrono attack the head one more time. We should be getting close to it being dead, but... well, the head being done, but... I'm gonna do something risky. Just to speed this up, because once that goes down, the rest of this is easy. Awesome. He's got lower health, and I'm gonna do this. Okay. Not as good as I thought I was gonna do. See if a regular attack does anything extra. Little bit, but not much. Now, I'm getting a little bit silly here with how I'm playing this. Luca might die here. Now it can't use the wheel attack, but it is gonna start launching missiles at us. Use a potion on him. Have him attack. Yeah, there we go. It's easier to take those two out first because it actually shows damage. Fucking bots, man. It's funny because we kind of did this to ourselves. We saved the Queen, and they developed a criminal system which was used against us. We don't really have a choice, though. This is one of those moments where you have to. That's the family crest. This place looks kind of like a ruin. Oh shit. This place looks like hell. And, ironically, speaking of things that this adds, this is where we get into some of the newer shit. Not this. I don't really need this, but I forgot to put her weapon on her. Okay. They've all got a description, which is nice. They do in the original, too. It's just... I don't think... all of them did, per se, but... Yeah. Because we need it. Oh, right, they changed that. Okay, in the original, it fully heals your health and your MP. But that's neat. So in the original, this was the end of the continent. Now we know where we gotta go is up north here. We don't exactly, but this is not in the original. Lab 64. Which looks almost like a reference to Chrono Cross. There's a similar area where, like, there's poison water. If you step in it, you lose health while you're in it, unless you come in there with a certain item. Which, if I remember right, you don't get till you're in that area, and then you get in here. Some weird place called the Cult of Lavos. And... yeah, we can't do this right now. We can get to it right now, but it's gonna one-shot me. Everything in there will fucking immediately end me. Okay, so... new thing that's only here. Those rats that don't look like rats will steal shit from you. Now And we heard very particularly that there's weird mutants that don't react to normal weapons. I'm gonna use Aura Whirl here, and I'm gonna have her Flame Toss this. Otherwise, kind of like the Dragon Tank, it's gonna keep healing everything. Which I do kind of like the change that you don't get HP back from the Energon. Oh, awesome. Which means that should be close. Have him attack, I'm going to have Luca attack, and I'm going to have Marley use Aura on Luca because Luca's getting really fucking low. And I don't like how low she was getting there. Alright, took those out. I'm going to have to... Awesome. That is another type. That is our third type. Well, fourth. Because we got AoEs, we got lines, we got single and multi-targets of things in a way that they don't attack quite right. As in, like, it's just a typical, like, it only targets one thing and that's it. Luca's Hypno Wave is kind of neat, but it has a very frustrating drawback that a lot of attacks do. Oh! It does not in this version. If I remember right, that normally only targets around her in the original, which is the last type of you have to worry about enemy positioning attacks in the game. Some attacks only affect the immediate area near the person. Some attacks, not attacks, because some of them are not attacks, they're just stuff like Hypno Wave. Damn. Oh. Rather that than my sword, and there's another free one. If you grind Gato long enough, and there's Nadia's, or Marley's first. Which I do kind of wish her name, like he had the choice. But I am instead gonna do... Okay, it looked like it was targeting 3 of them. Unfortunately, that's gonna be Luca, most likely. Gonna have her Flame Toss because it'll hit. Never mind. But it will at least hit the plant for a shit ton. Gonna have Luca and Chrono attack that. Because at least it'll get some damage in. And unfortunately it's gonna be undone anyway by the fucking heal from this rat bastard in the top left. The Meat Eater. Unfortunately, she can't do that with them, but Meat Eater's gone. And she's gonna crit there, which, yeah. Now we just do attack. Because we don't want to waste TP. I really like the way this game paces itself. I'm going to get to a certain part before I end the stream. Now, because that one wants to be different, we're going to take him out with them. They might all attack at once, and I might have to wait. Oh, okay, awesome. They're all good. That should take every last one of them out. Yep. And this is 100% one of those games where if you play it smart, you get to take, or you get rewarded. There's an ether down there. Now, this is the shit they were talking about, where these things, if you try to hit them physically, like I'm about to do with Narlay here, it's gonna miss every time. But if I use Fire Whirl, they take immense damage from it. Now, I'm going to use Slime Toss here because Chrono and Luca are the only two that can hit those. I just avoided using Chronos there because he was getting low on TP. Now this is a fun one, if I remember right. Oh, no, it's 3 of them. This is a good example of the straight line attacks being a little bit weird, though. Or more specifically, Chronos being a little bit weird. If I had Luca there and had used her, we'd have been screwed. This is unavoidable. These guys hit kind of hard. I don't believe they counterattack, so it's all good to do this to them, but they've got about 150 HP, if I remember right. It's just more than even the Nagas have. Now, the obvious thing is, based on their stats, Marley and Luca are more your, let's say, indirect damage dealers. Now here, I'm not gonna worry about using any dual techs. They take decent damage. Those blue things are actually what they're referring to when they say they don't take damage from normal things like bows and guns. Get in here, because it's the first civilization we make it to. And we're phenomenal because we killed those weird mutants. This is an info center. People in this era are kind of assholes. She sells the same stuff. I'm gonna do what I normally do in games like this. About 10 of them. I'll buy 2 of those to even that out. I'm not even gonna touch the life water. Now, we're beyond the ruins, so I'm not going to go down there just yet. Very specific reasons why. Because they actually expect you once they say that, like, oh, there's an old man living out in the continent of the south. He's responsible for those, let's go figure it out. You can get to the other continent by going to the south, or the sewer access here, but stay off Death's Peak. Okay. Now we enter a weird area. I think the actual order they expect you to do this in, which I'm actually going to, I'm just showcasing how they're hitting me right now. Thankfully, what they're actually doing here is, well, I'm not gonna say. We'll find out, is what I'll say. It'll take away some of the fun if I just spoil it. Now, it's funny because they made it to where those only heal TP, but can still abuse the MP restoration. By using Aura on Marley and getting in this to get her MP back. Repeat as needed. I'm fine with them doing that because it makes sense. What, you're gonna go down there? Well, we're gonna go down here. You ain't got a password. I know what the password is. But I'm not gonna use... No, actually, it doesn't even matter. Even if you know the password, it won't, activate. What's cool about this? Oh. I thought it used to do that. Let me run in here. Oh. Shit. So this is a fun thing. I'm not going to demonstrate it if I can help it. much like the tank demonstrated, sometimes we have to attack certain things first. We have to take care of these first, or it will counterattack, and it will fucking hurt. Thankfully, pretty easy to do. That's the other reason we gotta take these out fast. Thankfully, we can take these out pretty quick. Now we're gonna fucking hit this hard as we can in one go, because... Oh, it's immune to fire. That's weird. That countdown is it bringing the bits back. We've got 5 seconds to do as much damage as we can get in before it hits 1. Which I want to say it's about half done. Now, you do have to be a little bit careful with these, because if you attack and you target one that's dying, like if I had Marley attack here, she would default to attacking that. And we'd eat a pretty nasty counterattack. That is kind of funny because... Actually, no, it's not. It hits like a fucking truck. I'm gonna use Aura Whirl. I'm pretty sure it is just immune to lightning and fire attacks, both of which are Chrono and Luca's techs. Cyclone might do some bonus damage to it. Would have been funny if that was a kill shot. It should be close. I just can't hit it with Slash or Flame Toss. Flame Toss is fire, obviously, when Slash is lightning. Which sounds weird, but it is Chrono's element. In Japanese, it's referred to as Heaven. Or it uses the kanji for it, I believe. It might just be... It uses the kanji for Hikari, which is light. In the elemental sense, like holy, that kind of stuff. Damn, I'm getting lucky with these crits. Alright. Gonna use Aura on her. It's still really weird to me, even after all these years, that out of everybody, Marley's the one that's got Provoke. She does not have the health pool, which is funny that I say that when her and Luca have more health right now than Chrono does, but that's because Chrono's not fully healed. If Chrono had crit there, I think this would be dead. I think we're looking at a 2-cycle. If Chrono crits, we're definitely looking at a fucking 2-cycle. There we go. And it's not going to damage us. There are some bosses that when you beat them, they deal damage. It's rotten food. Well, that's better than nothing. There's the secrets of this down. So, dude probably took a hit trying to scramble in here and died. But he left us that note and a seed. Now, what you want to do is run up on this motherfucker while mashing A, because L and R buttons, then press the A button to access the secret passage. Okay. Only says don't make any mistakes or you'll be sorry, and do it. There we go. There's a chest up there. I'm gonna go grab it. Mid-ether, that's not bad. I'm gonna avoid touching those rats because that thing is an annoying fight. I believe... No, we're not. Okay. I think these take bonus damage from fire, but I'm not sure. I'll know if it hits for like 100 something. Nope, just normal damage. Yeah, they just take regular damage. So, okay, yeah, it's definitely dead. I think they've only got about 100. I could be wrong. I mean, obviously I could be wrong, but... Okay. I hate this room because of this. I don't know why it does this. But that is in the regular game as well. I'm gonna use this moment to heal, and then I'm gonna have them attack. That might take bonus damage from one of them, but I don't remember. It would make sense for fire or lightning, because, you know, hot enough heat melts steel. But it takes normal damage from slash. I'm not inclined to try with fire. Now, this is a thing I didn't know about for years because I'm a goofy bitch. And press L and R here, it deploys that platform. Obviously, we can't enter it, though, because we don't know how the fuck to open those doors. Oh, Christ. So the way that our things attack on a line, enemies have similar things. They can attack in an area of effect, like Cyclone. They can attack on a line, or they can attack something that's near them. Or they can't attack something that's near them. Like Yakra, for example. Or Gato. So we know obviously we're in the future because this is tech that's ahead of that, but Well, what do you do when you're faced with the year and day the world's gonna end? Especially when you're probably the only people that can stop it. So let's fucking do it. Let's save the world. We gotta play and we gotta plan, for the most part. Now, the cool thing about this... One, this is Chrono's theme, and also the main theme for the game. But the cool thing I was talking about is... you don't get battle music for the entirety of the time you're down here. So now that we've done this... I prefer that to it doing hypnosis. Now, of course, we're back to this. I believe the name of this track is People Who Have Abandoned the Will to Live. This is a thing I like. As you leave, they watch you. Alright. Let's go see what this old man's up to. Now you may be wondering, well, what about the other way? There's enemies in a chest over this way. Same thing, there's no bridge. I believe Chrono takes care of these both. I could be wrong, and it could just be magic damage in general, which, spoiler alert, these attacks do magic damage. If that wasn't obvious, that's more so they do elemental. There's not really a set thing for that. But I get 600G. I'm gonna use that regretfully. So now we head down here. Now, we have to walk through this entire area. We cannot touch anything. Everything in here is a trap. Evidenced by the... It's down, yep. But here you can't even touch it. The fucking save point in this area is a trap too. One of my favorite things about that. If you run across either of the bridges, it makes noise. And you've got to fight. If you touch any of those items with Chrono, it makes a noise, and you've got to fight. And they are frustrating to fight. If I tried to do that to every enemy in that, or fight every enemy in that room, I would probably keep having to go back to the Enertron. Oh, hey, there's a switch over here. Oh, maybe open the door. So we just run up here. We run down. And more frogs. Can't reach it. There to be. Hey, dumbass. Here's the button. Ironically, very useful on Chrono. That can be very funny, but it's not a good idea to use it here. Now this, again, this is a good thing for Chrono and for this fight that's coming up. Okay. I'm gonna top everybody off. I should have... Oh, fuck. I should have waited to do this first and then use Ether on her, but it doesn't really matter. Who's gonna be chopped lover? If I remember right, you can pretty much attack him at your own discretion, but he hits very fucking hard. I believe that that attack, if I'm remembering right, that attack just does all of your health to one, save one hit point. So I'm going to keep hitting him with this, just in case I'm wrong. I'm going to heal Luca up a little bit. Gonna hope he attacks Chrono. And that's why it's a 50% chance that every time he hits Chrono, Chrono will do this, but this is one of these fights where you might be tempted to have everybody all just attack at once. But it's not a good idea. I'm gonna call that a Life Shredder attack, for convenience's sake. That is a commonly occurring thing. There are some bosses in this game like that. He's dead. There are things in this game that will do what looks like a shit ton of damage, but it's just your max life, or whatever life you're currently at, -1. Whatever to put you at 1 HP left. And then it's to... basically, it's to keep you on your toes. Now we go down here, and I believe we have an enemy encounter. Never mind, we do not. We run up here, we hit that switch they were talking about, and we get the bridge. Which also lets us out of here. This also lets us get a sword that is unique in that it lets you do elemental damage with physical attacks. Now, that's not entirely a bad thing here, but it can be a pain in the ass later. Well, so this doesn't work. Okay. Dude's a little weird. Don't know what the fuck he's talking about, other than telling us not to go on Death's Peak. And... screw him, we'll do it anyway. Oh. Wind's blowing too heavy. So, we go down here. We've activated this. Those are back, which means these up here are back as well, so we're gonna have to nope, never mind. I was wrong. We're gonna go up here, and I'm gonna save. Okay. I think that's an auto life item. It breaks after 1 use, but if your character dies, it brings them back to life. So we're gonna use Jet Key. Yep. This is a little bit of a pain in the ass. Ah, damn. Oh well. I'm not going to. Ultimately, this is harder, but sometimes it's more about taking the hard road instead of taking the easy way. Now these are not weak to this, but they're not strong to it either. Okay, no, they are fucking weak to it. Well, because of how they're lined up, I'm gonna do these two, and that should take them both out. If they're weak to fire. I think it's just the fucking whirl attack doing that much damage. Now from here, I'm just gonna fucking let nature take its course. And hold A. Which is the neat thing about this game, you can actually hold A in a fight, and it'll just auto-fucking... Not as fast as you might like it to, but... And these mutants aren't that bad. Plus, we get experience out of this. That's the neat part. They don't. Also... This is the one I was thinking of. And also a very good example of how weird these attacks can be. It's only got like 5 HP. It's literally just there for you to learn. Okay. It's literally only there just so you can learn, oh, some enemies are just immune to physical or elemental damage. If he had crit there, I would have fucking giggled. Oh, come on. This is one of those enemies you can sort of get away with just holding attack down on them. But they do have a ton of health, so it gets a little bit frustrating to have to do it. I'ma just do this the easy way. Come on. Come on. It should be close to dead. Yeah. Oh. Damn. Woke him up. Never noticed their eyes did that. Okay, fine. Okay, we'll do this then. try and take both of them, or at least two of them out at once. Ah, if that one had stayed where it was, I could have gotten them with Luca. They should both be dead here in a second. JK! That one should be dead now. Now all that's left is this one. That might fucking... No, because it hasn't really taken any. So... These are new. I think some of the dialogue between Luca and... I'd prefer not to fight something I don't know being in here. I think those are prototype enemies. Y'all gonna let us through? Is that it? Would have been hilarious. If Chrono had one shot. It's not good. Okay. Fuck it. Let's hit all of them at once. Again. Now these two should be dead. Let's get out of here. Yeah, fuck off, Johnny. I like his design, but damn. Right. Let's go in here, because this is where that energy's supposed to be. This is one of these instances where if I remember right, these counterattack. Being hit normally? Never mind. I'm thinking of a different, but similar enemy. Alright. Awesome. That should be, yeah. And now we go up here, and this is one of them cases where there's no ideal position for them to get in. Actually, I'll give them that one. That was at the very edge of that. There are times where they will be damn near in the area of effect on Cyclone, and the game will go, nuh-uh, like this. I could understand it not considering that, like what it did with the previous one, but it's still like, no, that one hit this time. It's weird. It's an old game. It's got its quirks. I still consider it a masterpiece. Because despite those quirks, it's not bullshittedly hard, or there's maybe one or two parts that you can consider unfair, but it doesn't get super bad about it. Get our MP back. Because we know that's down here. Okay, there's a robot here. My favorite thing is you can name him R-66Y. 401 years in the 501 years in the future from the day of Lavos. I'd say it's probably Luca's expertise to stay here. We got a new party member in Robo. Alright. We got Robo, the robot. He starts with the defender and all that. He's got pretty high defense. He starts with this, which I think he might have a dual tech for. I don't remember. It's been a bit. He uses power. Also, he's one of the powerhouses of the game, because he's a tank, but he also fucking hits really hard. And thanks to him, we can get in here. If we tried to do it earlier, it wouldn't have worked. You know, this one might be... I don't think that one does anything elemental. It's only got 10 HP, so it doesn't matter. Okay. I was right about him having a dual attack with that. Let's go down. We can get some stuff here. I don't remember how you get these codes normally. I'm a liar. Never mind. We can't get to that area yet, I don't believe. But we can get this, which is another upgrade for her. Oh, yes we can. So let's do that. Huh. Well, weird that it didn't counterattack Chrono, though. Now, Aura Spin, or Aura Beam, I think heals better than Whirl. Okay. Now... we ride it. Well, shit. I'm gonna use Cyclone. I think that should do enough damage. No, but I'm gonna take that hit and probably take the one Marley's gonna get here if that doesn't die. Never mind. It'll just attack Robo anyway, because fuck him. So, I'm gonna take that out, and I'm gonna use Aura Beam. Yeah, that's significantly better heal. So, Robo's kind of a tank slash utility Awesome. That's a pretty good dual tech. It's decently damaging. I believe Laser Spin is also one of his few elemental damaging attacks. We're gonna make use of that right here, because otherwise this is gonna get annoying. This is one of those, dear God, I just want everything to go out as quick as possible. And because of what I'm dealing with, I'm actually going to do that. That's a case where it feels like Cyclone should have hit that, but it didn't. Get rid of this. Thanks to Robo's thing earlier, these are all one-shots. I believe we got one more wave of these, and then we're good to go. Shit. I think that was Marley learning Provoke. Thankfully, we get put down here, which I'm just going to be completely real. I don't think Robo can be slept. It makes sense if he can't be. He's fucking... This is one of those that targets everything. Regardless, which should take these guys out. Okay, at least those two, that's fair enough. I believe they have like 150, something like that. It's dead. That's all I care about. Now, I'm gonna run up here. And first things first, I'm gonna run in here, get a med potion. Oh, I'm gonna open these. And activate this. XA and BB. Okay. What that means is... Awesome. We got a tent. If I remembered my hotkey bindings on this legitimate Super Nintendo, I would be turboing this, overclocking it. Alright. Now this is a weird one. I believe I remember the keys right. Okay. Buttons, not keys. Why the fuck did I say keys? Damn it. I thought I was good. Thought everything was cool. Everything was fine. Then I woke up and I was on fire. That doesn't kill them. They're gonna be damn close to it. Like enough that Marley attacking here will put them down. Never mind. I've been wrong before, frequently in fact. It's been known to happen. Yeah. But one more hit from Marley should put it under. 2 tech points. Oh. Of course. I'm gonna use Aura Beam, and then I'm gonna have Chrono attack this. Because he should take it out next to no problem. Never mind. Kind of a no shit Sherlock moment there, but I'm going to do something kind of weird. And that's partly why. I'm gonna have her use Aura, and I'm gonna have him use Cure Beam, because that should heal better than trying to group heal. It should be done. Awesome. There is a thing that, if I remember right, gives you an 100% or a 75% counter rate. And another bolt sword, in case you didn't get the one in the sewer. Yes. Sabby. Okay. Alright. Now we go up. That always gets me. Unless I've played this recently, then it usually won't. Okay. So I'm just gonna rocket roll this, which should set all these up. If it doesn't knock them all out, it will weaken them considerably. Enough to just hold the A button down and attack. Or in Chrono's case, get hit and counterattack, which speeds this up significantly. Hell yeah. That, I believe, is new. Okay. I am gonna do something kind of weird. Go in here. Okay. Of course they did. I don't believe it's dead. Okay, awesome. Those just have very high defense to make up for having very low health, but they have no... Is it on defense? Yes, they have no magic defense. And you've got to do that to open the hatch, which tells me that if I do this, it'll keep that. But that would only matter if I was stopping and reloading, or if I die. The factory ruins. Which it does that the minute Robo joins your party. Before you even enter in here, I believe. I'm just gonna hold down attack here. The only time you really gotta worry about these is... when they're in groups, because acid and alkaline can cause a reaction with itself, with each other. This is a bit like the Rocket Hideout from Pokemon Crystal, Gold, and Silver, where, like, every one of these is a fucking encounter. And if it's not all of them, it's pretty much all of them. Which is a little bit frustrating, because it really kills the momentum here, in my opinion. One last one, nope. There we go. Now if this attacks Chrono, He can counter, but it doesn't matter because should be dead. Nope, 1 health left. Not even kidding, it's got probably exactly 1 HP left. I'm autistic enough to remember the smaller enemies' health. It's just something like Yakra or the mutants where they've got like 300 HP. I cannot consistently keep the numbers straight there. Now, thankfully, these shouldn't get near each other, so I'm gonna laser spin them, and just in case, I'm gonna have Chrono Cyclone there and have Marley attack one of them. Out fucking standing. Okay. Those don't take shadow damage, which is what Robo's laser spin does. So, it's a good thing I was smart about this. That one's dead. This one should be dead, but it's not because Robo rolled low on it. It should be dead now. No. Now it's dead. And this one should be dead. Just kidding, no. I hate you! No. Kidding. But we're about to have a fun time. Now we go over here, we open this first. That's a Titan Dust. That's going on Chrono. For obvious reasons. Now we get a hammer arm. That's what he uses. Now, we have him activate this, or we do this. Robo's gonna work his magic on it. Bang on his chest. And we're gonna shut down everything. Damn. That's what I was trying to prevent. That one's gonna go. That one's still got some HP left. God, it shouldn't now. Just kidding. Okay. Now these guys we can take out with next to no problem. Wish they would stay grouped up, but my dad always used to say, wish in one hand, shit in the other. So, we gotta take these out. Thank God for the rage band here. Gonna hit the guy in the back. And they're all dead. Thank Christ. Alright. Now, we've done that. We're gonna go up a floor. And you can see why. I do not like this boss fight that's coming up. I didn't mean to go up. I was mashing trying to get the text box to come up sooner. I'm gonna go down here. I believe you can and not have an issue. Yes, okay. Awesome. So now, get up here, open this, and that's a weapon for Luca, who's not in our party. Okay, yes. You can see the elements there. Zappy, X, A, B, Y. Now, we run up here, we flip the conveyor belt off. Now we've got to run. Because we've knocked the power out, we can't use the elevator. So, let's go out the right way. Oh, those weren't there before. Oh. This is new. That's fucking cool that they put that into this. I didn't know about that. This is the furthest I have gotten on this fucking personalized copy of Chrono Trigger. Luca's response is, "You're the ones that are gonna get taken care of. Or will take care of you." This is why I don't like this. With Luca, you kind of get into a DPS race here. Arguably, still a bit of a DPS race, but they all have the same amount of HP, so thankfully, they don't hit super fucking hard. If they hit harder... Okay, so I need to keep in mind that one's gonna go down first. Those two are going to go down before this one does. But, if they go down from this, I can hit him with Luca. Or, I mean, Marley. I usually do this with Luca, that's the issue. I'm gonna heal her over him because he's got less health. Really? I'm assuming that's because I hit them while they were running. None of those triggered a combo or counter Chrono. gonna heal her. I'm gonna have her heal herself. Oh, okay. Nope, they're all down. Awesome. Now we've leveled up. I believe that one level up would have probably made this a lot easier. This is from the opening. Alright. We're getting close to the end of stream here. There's a very short segment coming up, and that's what I wanted to get to before I ended the stream, because that's a good stopping point. The start of this area would have also been one 2300 AD, not 2500. So it's only about 200 years after Lavos. 300. I used to be better at math than that. Alright. That's not good. Okay, where the fuck are we? What do you mean? I forgot they made that change. But I'm gonna stick to the original game. Ah. I love that. Also, kind of weird that it's normally you go when you try to leave and he stops you. This is also new. Ah, that's incredibly useful. This is not in the original, but okay, this is where your party members stay. The original, they all crowd around out there, which I kind of prefer, but we're gonna step in here. This might skip this part. Okay. One more, I believe. One. Two. Three. One more lap. What? That was one. Two. Three. Ow! Clock! I'm fucking stupid. Fronting fucking counterclockwise. If I remember right, the original was counterclockwise. Thankfully, this is the only time we have to do this. Now we all have magic. Nah. There is a hidden form that if I had been better... But yeah, now our tech trees are back to normal. Or progressing. Roto's the only one that doesn't have to worry about that, and he'll mention that, like, he can't use magic because he's got no heart. But, his attacks have shadow in them. Alright. So now, every time we go into a gate, we'll come out here, and maybe we'll be able to, you know, do what we need to do to change the future and beat Lavos. But that's gonna do it for this stream. This is just such a good stopping point that I wanted to get to this. I could have and probably should have stopped at the start of 2300, but that's gonna do it for today. I'm gonna raid my buddy Soft Gremlin, who is playing Kirby Air Riders. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next one.